to be sporty or relaxed at the push of a button. The absence of mechanical pedals and linkages, with brake-by-wire and electronic throttle, similarly frees up space and allows new pedal arrangements, or even the possibility of moving controls aside when using autonomous driving. Overall, by-wire technology cleans up the design, reduces clutter, and gives both engineers and interior designers more freedom to innovate. Perhaps the most interesting shift is how software can give a car multiple personalities and keep it evolving over time. In the past, once a car left the factory, its driving character was largely fixed. An enthusiast sports car stayed loud and stiff, a luxury sedan stayed plush, but many EVs can receive over-the-air updates that tweak suspension firmness, acceleration response, even add new driving modes or sound profiles. This means a car's feel isn't static. It can be both a comfy cruiser and a performance machine, depending on the software mode. Some high-end electric models, for example, have a drift mode or a track mode that dramatically changes how the car behaves, all through programming. For design, this is intriguing. The interior might feature configurable ambient lighting and display themes that change with the modes, effectively letting the aesthetic ambience shift from, say, calming blue tones for eco-driving to aggressive red accents for sport mode. We're also seeing the rise of advanced infotainment and user interface design as a core part of car design. Giant screens like the 48-inch dash display in the Byton concept car or rotating screens become centerpiece design elements. Because the car's functions are controlled through software, physical buttons are disappearing, giving cabins a cleaner, almost concept car look in production vehicles. The downside is, if overdone, interiors could become sterile or distracting. But designers are finding balances by using tactile materials and clever lighting. On the exterior, software and sensors are shaping styling too. Many EVs incorporate driver assist sensors, cameras, radars, even LiDAR units, and designers work to integrate these seamlessly, or sometimes highlight them as a tech statement. For instance, some cars use LED lighting arrays as both illumination and a form of expression, with program light shows or interactive signals to pedestrians. This is software-driven aesthetics. The design is no longer just metal and glass, but also dynamic and changeable elements. Other areas where advanced software looks to be prominent are aspects like self-driving and software-based safety features. Cars are moving away from just focusing on airbags, crumple zones, and structural safety features to trying to stop crashes happening in the first place. In fact, the European safety agency Euro NCAP now has a safety assistance field, incorporating electronic driver aids as part of the overall score. This includes automatic emergency braking, lane keeping assistance, and blind spot detection, which enables the computer systems to interfere with the car's movement in an emergency. Features like this will only get more prevalent as the dependence on technology increases, with a very public view from many technology-focused companies to make cars fully autonomous. None more so, in fact, than Tesla. With the We Robot event that happened in late 2024, CEO Elon Musk announced a set of new fully autonomous cars and automobiles without steering wheels or pedals, with claims that these would be rolled out in 2026. There are also companies like Waymo that are prevalent in this space, just focusing on the self-driving tech rather than the cars themselves. The skateboard chassis design may allow these tech brands like Apple, Samsung, or Google to once again enter this space as an opportunity to focus primarily on the automation software aspects. Humanoid robotics manufacturers like Boston Dynamics, Unitree, Apptronik, and Jubitech may also have an advantage in this space, as a large portion of their R&D goes into getting these robots to navigate complex human environments. Sensor-based visual understanding and analysis from AIs would provide a level of parity to car-based automation. Should we get to the point where self-driving cars are uncrashable, then car design may become even less restricted, completely getting rid of crumple zones, airbags, and other safety equipment. The evidence of this design revolution is already visible, especially in the showrooms and auto shows of China. New brands and even established automakers are rolling out futuristic EVs and concept cars that break all the old design norms. Some look like they drove out of science fiction, Others reimagine the car as a smart gadget or a living space on wheels. Let's take a tour of a few eye-opening examples that signal just how far things have come. The HiFi Z, an electric luxury GT from Chinese startup Human Horizons, shows radical EV design with its cyberpunk lighting
and unique door layout. This production car looks like a concept sketch come to life. It has a low-slung stance, intricate LED light strips that can display patterns and messages, and suicide doors, plus gull-wing rear doors that together create a theatrical entry for passengers. The designers weren't constrained by convention. Since the EV platform allowed a sleek floor and rear-wheel steering, the HiFi Z could incorporate features like a full-width light-up grille and even pop-out active aerodynamic wings on the back. Inside, it avoids the traditional clutter of gauges and buttons, having a driver-centric screen and a futuristic steering wheel with no mechanical color. This kind of design would have been unthinkable in an ICE-era vehicle. Too many parts would interfere, and the complexity, not to mention the cost, would be sky-high. Yet, as an EV, the HiFi Z proves that a road-legal car can look like a spaceship, complete with the performance, over 600 horsepower and advanced autonomous sensors to match its bold style. Not all radical EV designs are about looking like sci-fi machines. Some are about reinventing the car's role in everyday life. Consider the explosion of tiny, personality-filled electric cars in Asia's cities. One example is a little EV known as the Besjun Xiaoma, which looks more like a toy than a traditional car. Painted in bright colors and adorned with themes like cartoon penguins or My Little Pony. It even has an interior with multicolored seats and a dashboard surface that you can stick Lego bricks onto for fun. This whimsical design targets young drivers and urban commuters who see their car as an extension of personal style, rather than just transportation. In a similar vein, the Wuling Hongguang Mini EV, one of China's best-selling EVs, comes in a myriad of special editions with pop culture themes, convertible roofs, and vibrant paint jobs. These designs show how EVs can diversify the automotive landscape, appealing to niches and lifestyles that big gas cars rarely catered to. Meanwhile, other brands are pushing the envelope of luxury and performance design. Take Tesla's Cybertruck, for instance, an American entry but influential globally. This all-electric pickup threw out the rulebook with its angular stainless steel exoskeleton and ultra-minimalist form. No curvy sculpted body panels here, just flat steel triangles forming a wedge that's both futuristic and polarizing. The Cybertruck's design was only feasible because an EV powertrain doesn't require the usual engine bay and radiator grille. Its structure doubles as its shell, and the strength of the materials obviated the need for a traditional frame. Love it or hate it, the Cybertruck proved that an electric vehicle can radically redefine a whole segment with design alone. In Europe, Audi's Grand Sphere and other recent concept cars envision autonomous EVs as lounges on wheels, with steering wheels that retract and interiors that feel like a chic living room, made possible by steer-by-wire systems and compact drivetrains. And numerous startups have shown prototype robo-taxis shaped like pods, essentially living spaces that move, symmetrical front to back since they don't even have a driver's seat to anchor the design. Another new trend that appears to be becoming more prevalent is customizable and modular cars. This was recently highlighted by Slate Automotive, a startup backed by Amazon's Jeff Bezos, which is supposed to provide a very basic two-seater pickup truck as a base model for around $20,000, which can then be user upgraded, converted to an SUV, or be accessorized with a range of bolt-on kits and seats. The body panels are also user interchangeable. Other weirder cars we've seen come to market are the micro-mobility style town cars like the Citroen Amy and the Micro Michelina, an ultra-small bubble car type EV with a front-mounted door and quirky retro aesthetic. This is sure to attract a few city drivers in places like London and Paris, where space is a premium and congestion and low emission charges heavily restrict car ownership. The Citroen Amy also fits this niche, but heavily targeting the ultra-cheap, sub-$10,000 market. It features smart cost-saving features like identical front and rear panels and doors that open in different directions, meaning only one shape is needed to be made. On the other end of the spectrum, you have the Morris JE, an EV van styled in a very retro way and reminiscent of the old Morris J-type vans. Across the board, What ties these examples together is a sense of freedom and experimentation. Designers can now ask what should a car be instead of what can a car be given the mechanical limits. Some answers are strikingly beautiful, others are bizarre or playful, but all expand the vocabulary of car design. Crucially,